Hey, this is Mr. Beckstrom, and today I wanted to do a quick problem from section 8.7. This is complex numbers, quadratic functions in the complex numbers system. So the problem I wanted to do today was x squared plus 100 is equal to 0. Let's think about this logically first. So the first thing we have to realize is that whenever we take a number, whether it's negative, positive, or 0, and we square it, we're never going to get a negative number. Knowing that, when we add that number to 100, we're never going to get 0, because in order to get a 0 here, we'd have to get a negative 100 here. And there's nothing that we can square to give us a negative 100. Knowing that, we're going to have solutions that are in the complex plane. So one thing that a lot of mathematicians like to do at first is make sure that we have defined the square root of negative 1 and negative 1 as both I and I squared respectively. And this way, when we're dealing with imaginary numbers with radicals, that we can define them as I and I squared and come up with complex solutions. So that's what we're going to do in this case. So we're going to solve this one kind of like normal here, or I'm going to go x squared, subtract 100 from both sides, that's equal to negative 100. Now I'm going to take the square root of both sides, so x is equal to, remember we have to look at both the plus and the minus version, so plus or minus negative 100. And now, if you remember from before, if I had like the square root of 20, I could rewrite that as the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. That was one of our nice properties. We could just kind of break it up into two roots. I'm going to do the same kind of thing here. So I'm going to say x is equal to plus or minus, and I'm going to do square root of 100 times, okay, and this will be times the square root of negative 1. All right, so because 100 times negative 1 is negative 100, I can break it up like that. And now that I have the square root of negative 1 isolated, I can replace that with I. And also the square root of 100 is 10. So this is just going to become x is equal to plus or minus 10 I. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I have two solutions. So that means the solution set is, I always start with the negative one first. So negative 10I and positive 10I. That's it. If you all have any questions, let me know, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.